What's up, guys? I am putting out a video regarding my thoughts on Gears of War E-Day. I am just going to put this over some of the gameplay from the server test today, just so we have something going on. I'm just going to talk to you guys about what I liked about the beta, my thoughts, and maybe some things I didn't like. So we'll just start with I don't know if it's the number one thing, but one of the things that I noticed the most about the beta is that trades were very frequent. If you don't know what a trade is, basically you walk up to someone with your shotgun and you body them, but you also get bodied. But you feel like, that's what a trade is. But I think that maybe it happens a little too frequently, and maybe it happens when it shouldn't. In other words, you walk up to someone who just pulled their shotgun out and you body them, but the server also recognizes that they pulled the trigger and bodied you. So there's a little window there that I believe should exist where it's not possible when they're too late. How to fix that? We'll let TC deal with that, but it's something that I feel like shouldn't happen that often. So this is something I've seen a lot of people talk about. The Nasher damage fall off from relatively close range to mid-range. This I don't really have a strong opinion on, to be honest with you. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it being exactly where it's at. If it were me, I wouldn't change it. And to be honest with you, I've really liked the fact that I can roll back, pull my pistol out, and down someone. I really like having that option. I like being able to outplay people that way. As people get better at the game and develop, maybe that changes. Maybe I can't do that as often, what have you. But I'm really enjoying that aspect of the game. It's a little bit of, it's different Gears of War than what we're used to. The shotgun is still the most dominant weapon in the game. And honestly, I think it should be. That's what Gears is. But yeah, I'm fine with the damage drop off. The Lancer, I do so. From an outside perspective, I think it's fair to say the Lancer should be stronger than the Snub. It's not right now. So I think it's fair to say that something needs to be adjusted to where the Lancer is relevant. I'm not saying that I would change it, but I think it's fair to say, and I would not be opposed to a Lancer buff or whatever they need to do to make this, to make the Lancer relevant or more relevant. So the most that I have used the Lancer in the beta would be when my snub runs out of ammo. It takes a lot longer to reload the snub than it does to just switch weapons. There are many scenarios where I just pull my Lancer out to finish a kill, whatever. Sometimes, in other Gears games, you down someone, you pull your pistol out to finish them. I down someone with my pistol, I pull my Lancer out to finish them and then reload my pistol. So I don't mind if the Lancer gets a little buff. I do, of course, love using the pistol, but I think it's fair to say that it would be fun to see the Lancer get a buff. I don't really have a strong opinion on stopping power either. To be honest with you, I didn't notice it a ton in the beta. Moving on to the next thing, just to reiterate, I am okay with the Lancer being where it's at. Don't mind it at all, but I think it's also fine if it does get a little bit of a buff. I think it's a fine test, at least. Now, the pistol, personally, I love using the snub. Love it. I would not advocate for the pistol to be nerfed. I like using the snub pistol. I think that it adds a little more diversity to the loadout other than just switch to your shotgun and get loose. Okay, I was going to try to one take this whole thing, but before you guys kill me, I'd be okay with them testing a one shot, one bullet nerf to the snub if the community sees fit. If you must take away my beloved. But yeah, I understand that the snub is very strong, which is why I enjoy using it. I just enjoy it a lot. But yeah, I would be. I mean, I'd be okay with it getting nerfed. The Retro Lancer. I do think it's pretty strong. Um, if it's going to remain, um, if it's going to remain as relevant as it is now, it probably does need a little bit of a nerf. Um, I don't have a crazy strong opinion on it. I am. I don't know. I'm open-minded about a lot of stuff here, but these are my thoughts. So the Retro Lancer probably needs nerfed a little bit. It could depend on how many maps that it is relevant on. Like with Market, it's very relevant because it spawns on both sides of the map, and it so it spawns on both sides of the map, and it's it's very strong. But I look at it like, when the hills are above the huts, down in the like the lower market and around the hut. The Retro Lancer adds another aspect of competitive play by being relevant because a lot of players like to send someone up there, up top, to cross down or shoot down for their team with the Retro Lancer. With a buff to the Retro Lancer, that strategy is a little less relevant. Of course, it's still viable, and it would still probably be done, but it weakens that strategy a little bit. So it weakens rotation play a little bit because it's a huge advantage to know when your team should kind of abandon the hill, move to that hill a little early. Give up the hill give up the hill we're on, move over to this hill, set up. It adds a little more depth to ranked play or team play, I would say. Um, I'm not saying that's a reason not to nerf it, but I'm just saying that that is another way to look at it. Let's see. The incinerator is another good one. I've seen a lot of discussion regarding. I think the incinerator, really, I think it's fine for the most part. I could see lowering the shots to I could see lowering the shots to 3, maybe 4, to give you 1 to reload. But yeah, 3 to 4 shots, if there's any change to the incinerator. I don't think it was a ton stronger than it needed to be. I mean, it's definitely very strong, but there's some skill in playing around it. Like a good player can play around the shot timing and know how to approach the incinerator, and I think players are going to get better at it as time goes on. Better at doing, avoiding it and playing against it more so than people are going to get better at using it. Let's see. I don't really have any strong opinions on the gut puncher. To be honest with you, I didn't use it a lot. A teammate usually had it. so I'm not really gonna comment on that. And half the time I didn't really know how to use it when I did pick it up, so going to avoid talking about the gut puncher. Snipe seemed super fun to use. I really liked the way the gun sounded. Yeah, I really enjoyed the long shot and the time that I used it. I didn't have this happen to me, but someone had mentioned that if you shoot a downed player with a snipe with the long shot, while they're down, it doesn't kill them unless they have damage ticked on them already. If that is, that didn't happen to me, but if that's the case, I think that should be changed. And I think we'll segue into, with that being said, I do think the health of a downed player in versus should be a little bit lower. The threshold to finish the kill should be a little bit lower. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I think it should be a little bit lower. Let's see. The slide. So, sliding, I enjoy using the slide. I think it's a very versatile mechanic. I don't really have anything right off that I would say needs to be changed about it, and I don't have any complaints about it. I think it's fun to use, and it gives Gears a little bit of a little breath of fresh air, if you will. I think it changes the game a little bit. It's something I think is kind of needed for the new title, and it makes this game unique. Along with the jump, I love all the different mechanics that we have right now. I love the slide and the jump. I wouldn't change anything about them. Also, going to jump back in here and just mention the sprint. I forgot to mention that on the first take. So, sprint versus roadie run, I don't really care. It's fine. I don't mind it at all. I think it's fun. I think this is a new game. It's sort of a new generation of Gears. It's been 7 years since we got the last one. I think that it's just fun. Up A's. If anyone doesn't know what an up A is, that's when you are on cover, a piece of cover that you can go around by holding up on your joystick, on your left stick, and pressing A or pressing the left stick in to sprint around, which I also think is fine, and I've actually adjusted to using that since sprint is now in the game. I think I enjoy sprinting around the cover versus just hitting A. I've gotten used to playing that way, and I don't think that needs to be removed. I think that's awesome that it's there. But up A's, yeah, I'm just going to say they're faster. The up A should be toned down in speed to match the rest of cover animation, and we'll go with that. All right. Strafing. I think we should be able to strafe a little better, more strategically than we can right now. I felt like during some games my vibration was randomly turned back on in my controller when I have it all the way off in my settings. I'm sure that'll be fixed by the final product, but there were some games where I would load in, I'd go down, or whatever it was that would cause vibration, and it would just, my controller's vibrating. And I don't play with vibration. I just don't want the game to get sped up a ton. Moving on. So ranked, I was a little bit. So keep in mind, we've never had an amazing ranking system in Gears of War. So any little thing is going to sort of impress me. So the fact that we get sort of a breakdown of the way that our points are being measured and the way that where our points are coming from in the post game screen, I love that. I really enjoy that. I'm excited to see what all the ranks are in the final product. I'm excited to see what changes for the better are made and where it goes from there. I don't really have a problem with being able to stack in ranked. I don't really know what else to say about ranked. Something else I want to mention about the Retro Lancer. So I think the tuning on the Retro Lancer is fine if you make it a neutral spawn. If it remains on both sides of the map, I would tone it down a little bit. It seems a little bit too strong right now. I'm trying to think if there's anything else regarding ranked. I think ranked entirely depends on the way matchmaking works. If matchmaking is good and they are able to pair 3 stacks and a solo with 3 stacks and a solo often enough, it's fine. I don't mind that they're stacks. I think it just entirely depends on matchmaking. So I don't really have enough information to go on to really critique or say a lot about ranked. I'm fine with, full team ranked. And I guess part of it is because I usually have a full squad that wants to play, and I want to play ranked. I don't want to play rolling social and things like that. I like to watch my rank go up and down. I like to have something that makes me want to win the game versus just playing the game and killing people. And I think full team ranked is fine for now. Once the game fully comes out and we have a better idea of the way matchmaking works, we'll talk about that then. But I will say this also. I did play solo ranked for at least, I would say, 2 to 3 hours, and it felt fine to me. I was actually winning more than I was losing, and maybe that's just my own experience, and it was good for me, so that's the way I feel about it. I see no issue with the way, or with the fact that you can have a full team in ranked. You can matchmake with a full lobby. I don't see any issue there right now. So, but yeah, guys, let me know what you think about what I think. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments. Let me know what you think regarding some of the things I talked about. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. I appreciate y'all, and we'll see you at the house.
He's one.
Under.
Hey, oh yeah.
Keep up the pressure. Now's not the time to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
Trying to execute him.
Oh, I'm just itching to get my hands dirty. Throwing smoke.
Oh!
Like him in red. They are.
Oh! Oh, that's fine.
I'll leave this here.
Oh! I was the name faster for me. Oh, God
Damn it.
Oh, fuck.
Trade. Second time I traded.
I got Vulcan.
Oh!
They're getting sniped to my usual spot.
Yeah, Corey's dead.
Push him. Oh, behind me.
It won't world. You don't die from that. Thank you, bitch.
Revive me!
One's mid-bridge.
Well, I think it's just you right now.
Oh my gosh, they're getting back eight.
Find somebody.
Or you mid-bridge.
Reloading.
My shots like aren't shot.
Now I'm feeling it.
We need to really focus so we get more plate.
32.
Just when I need it.
Last game's a TDM.
Maybe we don't need the lobby.
Knock. Oh, two mid-bridge. Climb up to the main point.
Oh, target practice. What's it off? Like clockwork.
We went incense.
There's one down there.
Flanking mortars there. Fucking mulchers.
Two
Not
on me.
everybody. Let's walk into the.
That's crazy.
Double run that colon.
He fucked me up.
A lot of them, apparently.
Comrades are dead.
Now you just got an option.
Got a straggler. Hunt them down. Finish the job.
It just ain't your day, asshole.
That was a commanding display of lethality.
And we shooting and rolling backwards,
I'm
bro.
impressed.
That ain't gonna kick us out, dude. Go next round.
And ain't got the balls. Just vote. Nope.
There's not enough players to proceed. Return going back to main menu.
No.
R.I.P. boys. R.I.P.
Back to cell and see what happens. We might be able to queue it up again. You never know.
Oh.
Oh,
No.
traders. No, dude. No.
No.
Well, but it's been fun, guys.